is lower legal drinking age in America to help promote more responsible drinking. So first, lowering the drinking age would remove the aspect of from illegal drinking, which is like some people get thrown from breaking the law or doing something that they're not supposed to. And so some personal example, but not alcohol. It's like my dad likes to buy those big jugs of orange juice from Costco or Kirkland Signature or whatever, and he likes to use it to make juice, and so he tells me not drink it or else he can't make juice from it. But then I get thirsty, right? So I just go drink some, and while I'm drinking, I'm thinking, oh, if he's gonna lecture me for like 2 minutes on this later when he notices that the level's lower or something, I'm like, oh, I might as well just drink more right now. So I do. And so I'm sort of making an assumption on this, but this can be related to alcohol, where when they break the law, they're like thinking, if I'm gonna break the law already, why not make the most of it and get as much as I can out of it? And and at this time, they don't really know. Okay, let me think for a second. Okay, so if the drinking age were lowered, and then this aspect of it being illegal is removed, then perhaps they wouldn't tend to overindulge so much in drinking when they do. So second, the legal drinking age currently doesn't actually stop those that want to drink alcohol from drinking alcohol. And so this is sort of related to the 1920s prohibition, where the government tries to stop people from drinking alcohol, but instead it stopped them for a while, but then eventually the people who wanted to drink found illegal ways to drink, or just found other substances to abuse. And so to cite a statistic from the Center on Alcohol Marketing and Youth, 96% of the alcohol drunk by 15 to 20-year-olds is consumed when the drinker is having 5 or more drinks at a time. And as people know, that's not a good thing for your body. And so if the drinking age were lowered, perhaps these kids could learn more responsible drinking habits from their parents while at home, because currently it's illegal in some places for the parents to even give their children alcohol while in their homes. And so people always tell teenagers and stuff what you should do when you're drinking, like what to do, what not to do. But if we're not learning by doing, then how are we supposed to learn at all? And then number 3, people who are currently under 21, if they somehow get into trouble while they're drunk or such, they usually don't look for help because they're afraid of getting into trouble with the law or the parents or anything else. And an example of this is in 2010 from Cal Coast News. Carson Starkey, 18, an Austin, Texas native, died after obeying a Sigma Alpha Epsilon order to drink a bottle of alcohol. After Starkey lost consciousness, fraternity members removed his fraternity pin and pledge book and started to drive the unresponsive pledge to the hospital. However, after Starkey allegedly regained consciousness, the fraternity members took him home and placed him on a bed. Starkey was pronounced dead the next morning. So, as I said, they first removed his fraternity pin and pledge book before they even started to drive him to a hospital, which shows that they didn't want to be associated with him. They didn't want to be associated with giving a minor alcohol and making him drink it, because they knew that if this came out, that they'd get into trouble, which they did eventually. And it says that he allegedly woke up, so we don't actually know if he did or not. And so the drinking age and how this was illegal probably also affected their decision to just bring him home instead of trying to find some other help for him and just leaving him on the bed to fend for himself, I guess. And so if the drinking age if it was illegal for him to drink at this time, perhaps his fraternity brothers would have not been so hesitant to find help from, or if it was legal for him, maybe he would have already known that this isn't a good thing to do, drinking a whole bottle of alcohol, or maybe he would have learned from his parents before going off to college that when you're drinking, there are things that you should do to be responsible about it. And if he did learn these things, maybe he would be alive today. Thank you. That's all.
Right, well, the proposition was clear. I didn't think that your secondary points were as clearly laid out as they needed to be. In the body of the speech, there are a couple of places where you do seem to be citing them, but it really seems more like it's just, here's new evidence as opposed to a new inference that's being talked about. And I think that that needs to be sharper. The second point maybe was a little bit clearer than the other points were. Actually, the third point actually did have it. That's the one that had the distinct label on it. All of your examples sound like they're hypothetical, except for the one that you've got here at the end about Starkey. And the problem with the Starkey example is that it seems a little iffy as to what the information is in this particular example. You're focusing on the pledge pin issue. I would imagine that the students who were driving him are focusing on the notion that, oh, he woke up and so he was okay. I don't know that they bailed out on him because they thought they were going to get in trouble. That's the inference that you're drawing on this particular one. But if he woke up, they were on their way to the hospital. That sounds like they were acting responsibly. Then he seemed okay, and they thought, oh, well, we don't need to go to the hospital. I'm not exactly sure why that is a result of having a higher drinking age that created this particular problem. The fact that it's the only example that you have on this is also, I think, a little bit problematic. Everything else is kind of speculative. We've got a lot of, I'm drinking a lot of orange juice, so I might as well go in for a penny, in for a pound. I might have thought of other examples on that one. I've already cheated on my girlfriend, so I might as well cheat with some more women. That kind of thing. But I'm not exactly sure that that's the strength of the argument. The evidence that you had on the next point, the one statistic that you had, which was like something like 80% of the alcohol that's consumed by people who are under 21 is consumed by 5 drinks in a row, that sort of thing. That sounds to me like it fits your argument on that first point a little bit more effectively, and it might have worked better there. I think your argument needs to be a little bit tighter, and there needs to be a lot more information on this to prove your point. But I thank you for being ready. Sorry you got bumped from Tuesday, but we got it out of the way, and we're in good shape. All right.